up on Grady Newsource, Hurricane Helene relief efforts are underway all across Northeast Georgia. Find out where and how you can help. And next, how Oconee County students are using their education to provide fresh produce to their local community. And later, UGA homecoming is happening this weekend when Georgia football takes on Auburn in the Deep South's oldest rivalry. All this and more coming up on Grady Newsource.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Welcome to Grady Newsource. I'm Noah Bice. As communities across the Southeast continue to deal with the devastation of Hurricane Helene, Oconee County residents are banding together to support those in need. We're going live to Grady Newsource reporter Juliana Russ in Bogart, Georgia. Juliana?
Thanks, Noah. I'm here outside of Bogart City Hall, where they've set up this trailer accepting donations for victims of Hurricane Helene in Augusta. Now, all day, people have been here delivering bottled water, non-perishable food items, pet food, diapers, and more. But they aren't the only people who want to help in Oconee County. Wife Kayla is from Asheville, so Hurricane Helene's devastation hits home for the Watkinsville couple. They're just two of the people taking relief efforts into their own hands in Oconee County. Since Sunday, they've made 2 road trips to deliver donations to North Carolina, and they plan to continue making trips throughout the weekend as they crowdsource more supplies.
Posted on Facebook, Oconee 411. Everybody just flooded the comments. I had probably 15 people message me saying, how can we help? What can we do? What can we give?
Green says that the need for water, non-perishable food, and cleaning supplies is great.
People are being relocated to shelters, and the shelters have nothing.
After seeing hours-long lines for gasoline in eastern Georgia, Bishop resident Alan Bockham also decided to take matters into his own hands.
One couple I talked to was 82 and 78 years old, been there for 16 hours.
In just a few days' time, he fundraised more than $3,500 to buy gas and deliver it himself.
Really, the more cash we get, we're just going to keep making trips, trying to hit the Wrens, the little small country towns, trying to help those people.
These small towns in these rural areas are really being hit hard.
And help is also coming from one small town to another.
We are doing anything we can to help.
The city of Bogart has arranged a donation drive outside of City Hall to support the Augusta area.
We have just been overwhelmed, and we've still got 2 days left for people to bring things. So we're thinking we may need another truck.
As they organize these initiatives, people are also keeping their own good fortune in mind.
We realize that could have been us.
The least we can do is this for them.
Even as we're standing here now, people are pulling up wanting to deliver more donated items. Hopefully these initiatives will bring peace to some of the people affected. Tomorrow, the city of Bogart will be collecting donations from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. right here at 125 Main Street, and their delivery truck will be leaving early Friday morning to deliver the goods. Back to you, Noah.
Well, thanks, Juliana. Oconee County isn't the only county doing their part. Madison County is also working to help with the hurricane relief efforts. Grady Newsource reporter Jackson Rowland tells us how.
Tanner Green's wife, Kayla, is from Asheville, so
While Hurricane Helene didn't take long to pass through Georgia, the damage left behind is more than temporary.
It's devastation. I mean, this was very impactful to humanity itself. I mean, it's catastrophic.
Trying to help communities heal, the Madison County Sheriff's Office is collecting resources to deliver to South Georgia areas next week. The Sheriff's Office is collecting items such as canned goods, hygiene products, baby supplies, and even pet food.
A few miles to the left, we would have been the person who's needing the help. So if we're able to provide some resources, it's as simple as that.
With resources being delivered to help provide relief, the greatest resource for farming communities to heal will be time.
A lot of damage to crops, like pecan trees took a really big hit, even bigger than Hurricane Michael or Hurricane Irma. A lot of the orchards had their trees completely flattened. Maybe 9 out of 10 trees was flat. You can't pull those trees back up. You got to replant them. And that will take probably close to 10 years before they're really producing a lot of pecans again.
You can find a full list of supplies at the Sheriff's Office Facebook page. Donations are being taken at the Investigations Office on Jack Fortson Road, where they can be left under the side awning to be placed inside. The last day to donate will be Monday, October 7th.
Everybody can't be wheels and feet on the ground, so we're trying to be that tool. So anything they can do would be great.
From Madison County, for Grady Newsource, I'm Jackson Rowland.
Athens-Clarke County is also providing help for people who face storm damage with debris pickup. If you are dealing with debris, you can contact the county for help using the contacts shown. With the effects of Hurricane Helene and the shooting at Appalachia High School, first responders in Georgia have faced many hardships in September. Grady Newsource reporter Nigel Whittington went to Oconee County Veterans Park, where one woman is helping Oconee give back to the first responders.
And the founder of Pay It Forward Athens, a nonprofit organization that focuses on giving back to the communities in Athens. On Sunday, Greer will host her 8th annual Run for Responders 5K Festival, which allows Oconee County residents from all walks of life to give back to the area's first responders.
Always the first Sunday of October.
Greer has seen firsthand how much the event has grown from its humble beginnings 8 years ago.
And each year we've gone from, I think our first year we donated $1,000 back to now, last year we were able to donate $30,000 back to our local first responders.
The event features a festival and a 5-kilometer race throughout the park, with runners from Oconee County, including Maria Dickens, the director of the local Child Advocacy and Sexual Assault Center.
So we have an MOU with the first responders that will be receiving funds from this event. We work with Watkinsville Police Department, the Sheriff's Office, and Fire Rescue to serve our community. And so this just helps me be able to give back to the people that are hands on deck.
Dickens works closely with first responders and sees firsthand the impact they play in the community.
I can tell you that it is not an 8-hour-a-day job. It's 24/7, 7 days a week, and a lot of people spend time away from their families to support our community, to prevent things like this, but to respond when things like that happen.
Data from policescoreboard.org shows that Oconee County Sheriff's Office alone has made over 5,000 arrests from 2021 to 2023. For Greer, the significance in helping those in the county she grew up in is what matters more than anything.
I can sell houses all day long, but here is where I made a difference. Here is what really matters. And to be able to leave it better than when I came in.
While online registration ends tonight, those interested can register at the event on Sunday. Nigel Whittington, Grady Newsource.
Now, turning to the election campaign with only a month left before the vote, CBS hosted vice presidential debate between Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz. As the two candidates debated abortion policies, Georgia was brought into the conversation. Democratic candidate Walz talked about a woman who lost her life when she was denied care in an Atlanta hospital due to Georgia's abortion policies. Vance and Walz each went on to give their opinion on how abortion should be handled in our country.
Voters make these decisions. Let the individual states make their abortion policy. And I think that's what makes the most sense in a very big, a very diverse, and let's be honest, sometimes a very, very messy and divided country.
Just mind your own business on this. Things worked best when Roe versus Wade was in place.
The network released a poll after the debate showing the candidates' performances were almost evenly split. 42% of the viewers thought Vance won, 41% thought Walz won. The remaining 17% saw the debate as a tie. Some people are putting pressure on their local election boards, but others are questioning if that pressure has gone too far. Grady Newsource reporter Ethan Wright gives a closer look at the challenge, or maybe should I say challenges, affecting election offices across the state.
At last month's election board meeting, Susanna Heimel challenged the registration statuses of 228 Oconee County voters.
I think our county just refuses to look into it.
This month, roughly 80 more challenges were submitted. Voter challenges have existed for a long time. The original plan was to create a system to verify voter residency. If you moved or passed away, you would be removed from the voter poll.
They're supposed to remove dead people, and they're supposed to be checking, I believe, periodically is the word that they use.
Legal professionals like Caitlin May, voting rights staff attorney for the ACLU, argue that these challenges do more harm than good.
It's just a way to, purge the voter rolls and make less people able to exercise their right to vote.
May says these challenges traditionally used to correct errors have been weaponized since 2020.
I think that voter challenges are just one symptom of a movement across the country, but especially in Georgia, to weaponize the political system against our democratic process.
Heimel claims local election officials aren't doing enough. May, however, says the challenges are disenfranchising and a distraction for poll workers.
What we have here is, just an overbroad and over-inclusive way to purge voter rolls and keep people off the voter list. And it's particularly harmful in a state like Georgia, who has a pretty early voter registration deadline.
As Election Day continues to close in, eyes will be on how local officials handle these voter challenges, with both sides determined to protect the integrity of the process. For Grady Newsource,
all in favor, please raise your right hand.
Ethan Wright.
Any further discussion from the board of those?
Coming up after the break, we'll get a look at how the Barrow community is helping those affected from the shooting at Appalachia High School.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You're home before sunrise, on top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
A local philanthropy has launched a crisis fund to help families, students, and staff affected by the Appalachia school shooting. Grady Newsource reporter Riley Kehoe tells us about the goals of the community fund.
The Barrow Community Crisis Fund has received several $100,000 in donations from companies over the past month. They expect that number to reach $1 million. This vital fund was established to support families, students, and staff in Barrow County that were affected by the Appalachia High School shooting. It will provide essential resources to the community through next June.
So we want to make sure they're used appropriately and they're thoughtful and they're used in the best way possible that's going to make the biggest impact for the entire community.
Kristen Schubnell, owner of Cheers Mobile Beverage Co., organized a charity golf tournament that raised an impressive $42,420 for the fund.
Them one day, but it's also going to affect them the rest of their lives. So I hope that this money is going to be able to allocate funds for them and to be able to provide them with the mental health resources that they need.
The Barrow Community Crisis Fund applications for the first round of funding are now open for eligible nonprofits and government agencies with up to $116,000 available. Applications must be submitted by October 15th.
Our grant committee will then receive all of those applications and work together to determine what the highest priorities are for this first round.
This initiative highlights the significant impact that collective efforts can have on those in need. Riley Kehoe, Grady Newsource.
An update on the biolab fire that happened this past Sunday in Conyers, Georgia. Rockdale County says that the air quality levels remain below harmful thresholds. Even though the air is safe, officials warn that if you smell chlorine or see the haze, you need to shelter in place until it passes. Officials have given no reason to expect Athens residents are in danger. Let's take a look at an early school initiative that's taking off in Oconee County. Grady Newsource reporter Sarah Sims shows us the award-winning farm-to-table projects the kids are working on.
Teachers and kids in Oconee County work together to raise chickens, grow vegetables, and relate what they do to what they learn in the classroom. Agriculture teacher Colby Moorman works with the teachers to create those hands-on experiences and tie them into the classroom. In January, she'll be working with the fourth graders on the westward expansion, which means growing potatoes.
They're going to take the potatoes, work with the cafeteria staff, and make some potato cakes for their classroom.
Which one came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, here at Column Ferry Elementary School, the egg came first, and as you can see, the chickens behind me end up laying the eggs that the kids use to make cookies, butter, and help the cafeteria.
In Georgia, they are the only public school system who has this kind of STEM program and just won the Best Farm to Table award by growing food for the school meals, spreading the word through the community, and having edible gardens, and is a part of the school criteria now. Studies from the National Library of Medicine show that the experiences of learning in nature boost academic learning, personal development, and care for the environment.
It's really about academics, more than just reading a book or hearing about it. They should put their hands on it and get dirty, learn the process of agriculture.
Fifth graders created their own sprinkler system to help grow their vegetables and the eggs that are now sold to the community members at markets and other events.
How many classes do you get to go outside and have fun and get your hands dirty? And these kids are just eating it up. It's so much fun.
Sarah Sims, Grady Newsource.
Well, Sarah, thanks. Those kids sure are bright. Kind of like the weather this week. After the break, our weather anchor Christian Andrade shows us how we can make the best of a beautiful week.
Girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
You know, a lot of people say, when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. And I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
What's up, guys? I'm Christian Andrade, and if you stepped outside today, you might have realized it was a beautiful day. I mean, sunny with a high of 84 and a low of 63. It don't get no better. But just 5 days ago, the weather was quite different. Hurricane Helene made landfall in Florida late Friday night, cutting straight through Georgia. Heavy rain and hurricane-force winds tore through the southeast region of the country, leaving more than 160 dead. Let's go back a little further. Just 5 days before the hurricane hit on September 22nd, we had a high of 98 degrees here in Athens. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, over half of America had a warmer than average summer. And the same goes for the whole summer. But with all that being said, this week is different. No scorching heat, no heavy downpours, and no hurricane-force winds. Sunday night will be the coldest at 60 degrees, and Thursday will be the hottest at 84 tomorrow around like 3. Basically, the next 5 days should be just as beautiful as today, which is why I took it upon myself to find some outdoor events for the weekend so that you can enjoy the calm after the storm, because you never know how long it'll last. This Friday, the University of Georgia softball team will take on Georgia Gwinnett College at Turner Softball Complex at 6 p.m. Tickets are free, seats are first come, first serve, and gates open at 5. Saturday morning at Sandy Creek Park in Athens is the Pink Up for Pace 5K. The race starts at 8 a.m. and all proceeds go to the Pearls of Wisdom and Grace Foundation, which provides educational assistance and benefits to Clark, Stevens, Elbert, and Greene County. Zombie Farms comes to Winterville this Saturday. The event starts at 7:30 and it's the 12th annual Haunted Trail. And of course, the Georgia Bulldogs face the Auburn Tigers for their homecoming football game here at Sanford Stadium. After the break, our sports anchor Keisha Chestnut has more details for this Saturday in Athens.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually, once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers. He connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far. A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
What's up, y'all? My name is Keisha Chestnut here with your sports news. Calling all the Bulldog fans, it's homecoming week here at the University of Georgia, and it will take place in Sanford Stadium this Saturday at 3:30 p.m. This matchup will be one for the books since it's known as the Deep South oldest rivalry. UJ students are excited about the homecoming game.
Just for everyone to come back, between alumni, just families, friends, and it's just an overall great time just to come together, cheer on our Bulldogs, and hopefully get that W in Stanford.
During halftime, but there will be more festivities before the big game. The parade takes place on Friday in downtown Athens at 6 p.m., followed by the MPHC Step Show at 8 p.m. in the Fine Arts Theater. Well, that's all for your sports here today. Coming up after the break, Grady Newsource reporter Sydney Rainwater tells us about a celebrity who got his wings after visiting downtown Athens. From Grady Newsource, this is Keisha Chestnut.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org.
you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
The Jewish New Year starts tonight at sundown. The holiday of Rosh Hashanah celebrates the new year, as Judaism runs on the lunar calendar. On the holiday, people come together with family and friends to eat big celebration meals that include sweet foods to symbolize bringing good things into the new year. Two Athens businesses had a celebrity visitor last night. Grady Newsource reporter Sydney Rainwater tells us how visits like these lift up our community.
Seeing a downtown Athens bar this full on a Tuesday night is rare, but students and locals will show out for their favorite celebrities. Some came straight from classes, still carrying their backpacks, reading and doing homework at the bar, even 5 hours before the event began. All for the chance to see and maybe get an autograph or a photo from actor Miles Teller.
I'm feeling so ecstatic. I'm so happy.
On the surface, it may seem like these visits are just cash grabs for the celebrity and whatever product they're promoting, but they can also benefit the community and the local host businesses. Small businesses help to create jobs, community identity, and build revenue. The U.S. Small Business Administration reports that businesses like Paloma Park create 44% of the nation's economic activity. Paloma was packed last night. They hosted an estimated 400 to 500 people for the event, according to the general manager. He says the numbers are great, but that, more importantly, events like these put local businesses on the map.
It's just exciting. It's fun to be the one place that people are like reaching out to for these types of events. You know, it's a lot of hard work that my managers and I put into being that place, so it's super rewarding and exciting.
Expecting more guests also means getting to schedule more staff.
Yeah, we have a lot of bartenders that are going to be back here, so I trust they're going to do really well tonight.
Teller visited Paloma Park and later Cutter's Pub on Tuesday night. Athens was eager to welcome him to our city. For Grady Newsource, this is Sydney Rainwater.
That's all for tonight's coverage. Thanks for joining us on Grady Newsource. We'll be back next Monday for more coverage of Northeast Georgia. I'm Noah Bice. Have a great night.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You're home before sunrise. On top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckle tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
We're live. We're live. So, great job. I think this was our best show so far. It kept us in suspense because we wanted that Carter package in there, and it just didn't make it, but we'll put it on YouTube. This was a first, somebody taking a 3.5-hour drive to go to Plains, Georgia, to do some outstanding content, but you know, it's the thought and the try that counts, and we're going to put it on YouTube. Lizzie Rice, she did a great job, and all of you did a great job. I honestly think this is our strongest show so far. Great anchoring, Noah. Great anchoring. Just one thing from anchor to anchor, do not show when your prompter is not working. Yeah. You know, it was cute, but try not to show it unless you absolutely have to. Yeah. Just kind of go back. You recovered very quickly, but that was the only thing, and it was cute. It was, yeah, but that's still from anchor to anchor. But you were very solid. You were very well prepared. You worked very hard. Your Grady Daily was very thoughtful, very well done. Really, really impressive. And I haven't watched the Grady Daily, but I copy edited it, and you're thinking about the stories and everything. It was done early, very well done. And I love the transitions you wrote for yourself. That really, I mean, that was the best anchoring, also because of the transitions and how you reacted to content. That was just wonderful. Yeah. Can I embarrass you a little more? I think that. Sure. Yeah. As I said, lots of talent here, and but I had to really say that, and I think you deserve the Play-Doh of the day. Let me get the Play-Doh. Let me get a Play-Doh for you. That was so creative. Play-Doh for stress reduction. Yeah. And thank you, all of you, for trying so hard to get Lizzie's package, calling and whatnot. Yeah. I love the chickens, but I didn't hear them enough. In the pre-show tease was awesome, but I would have liked a little bit more. And Sarah, I didn't hear them in your package in the beginning. Great job, great, yeah. The donut was outstanding, and your performance, I don't know why you're so scared of lives. You were very confident, you were pleasant, you were nice, you were connecting, you chose, you and the volunteer, whoever came with you, did a great job choosing the location, you know, with the truck, you know, behind you. It was wonderful, and the package itself was so moving. It was truly outstanding, and I. You did great. Stress. I need one more Play-Doh. Today was just a 3 Play-Doh day. One more Play-Doh. Yeah, but Sarah, I was saying, great. I think this was your best package so far. Very creative. I love the stand-up. You know, you connected. You were having fun. You really were very genuine, very personable. Loved how you had situated the people you were interviewing, and just I wanted to hear those chickens a little bit more. So maybe we took it a little later than we should have. Oh, yeah. I was so looking forward to, because I didn't hear enough of them in the show open. That was very creative open, by the way. Again, great work, Elizabeth. Your first producing, great work, great show flow, the way you managed everything. Really, really impressive. And my other Play-Doh goes to Christian. And I chose one to match your tie. That was truly, truly creative. It was excellent. Yeah. So also genuine and just, it was well researched also. It was, yeah, you were interesting, you were funny, but also you'd done your homework. There were some serious things you were telling us also about the temperatures and everything. So very nicely done. Very nicely done. And yeah, so I'll stop it here. I just saw 2 packages where we needed more B-roll, introducing some of your, very well done, I mean, great work, but I would suggest more B-roll to introduce, especially one of your characters, and the lighting was, it was okay-ish, but yeah. But again, it was a very strong package, very interesting, and one more person, I think it was also Ethan, for you. One of your characters had a lot of B-roll. Jaime had B-roll where you were introducing her, but the other one, you could have done a little more B-roll of the other. Just next time, plan on more filming the people. And one more party pooper thing. Did I have a party pooper thing again? But again, all of you did. These are just small things just to make things perfect, or whatever. Not perfect, but just even better. Really, really proud of you. You filled my heart today with everything, that you did, guys. And really nice pitch from Jackson County as well, and I'd like for them to talk about their sojo. And then Athens-Clarke County, if you can talk about your sojo, the solutions story a little bit more. Want to move this project, and make sure that we've nailed things as we go. I'm looking for a creative producer who's passionate and whose heart is into a solutions journalism show. I haven't decided who is going to do that show because I wanted you to get some experience as producers and to see who really loves solutions journalism and wants to produce that show at the end of our session. I'm looking for the word semester, not session, semester. In Bulgarian it's sesija, which is session, and I don't know why I went back to Bulgarian language. But anyway, it is semester, not session. Yeah. And digital producers, I kept them in suspense till the last moment. Yeah. So, Andrew, you had something to say? Please, it's over to you.
First off, great job. We're about a month in on the shows, and everything from MMJ to producing to on-camera talent is looking great. Just a few things that we've noticed from today is the lower thirds in your package. I still see some that aren't the exact right template, and I can give you guys the help with that. But if you have a lower third that has that Grady Newsource logo on the right side, that's the wrong one. So I can give it to you guys just to help with getting the right template in there. Also with lower thirds, when you guys are in rundown and you're putting in those script templates, there's that reminder at the top about adding a lower third that introduces your story slug. So maybe if you guys just want to use those a little bit more, I've seen some throughout the show and we've been putting those up, but if you want to just have those in more throughout the show, that'll just help with visuals for the show. And then other than that though, I think that's about it. Everything's looking good. And just want to say kudos to you guys and great job.
Yeah. And thank you, Andrew, for your kindness and patience. And yeah, you make a huge difference. Yeah. Yeah. And so Faith and Savannah, tell us how things were, and then we'll go to Elizabeth also, or Elizabeth, if you want to start, I'll hand it over to you guys. Yeah. Enough from me.
Thanks today. We're good. They went better than expected. Savannah helped me a lot with thinking through. The B block was what I struggled with the most, just because it was kind of random stories that just had like a little bit that was similar to go off of to connect them. So she helped me think through that, and then Noah helped a lot, obviously, with going through the flow of the show. He made one of the graphics for me, and we worked together on getting that VP debate VOSOT done, which I think that added a lot. I think that was good. I mean, yeah, I don't really have any advice. I think y'all kind of heard all of it by now, but just staying on top of it and not being afraid to ask for help from the people that have done it before you would be my advice. So yeah.
And you did a great job. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really great show, everybody. Thank you to everybody who sent me things that I asked for. You guys were really, really good about that today, which made it a lot easier for us to post things consistently on social media today. We did about one post every 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we did about 13 posts today, and our impressions actually went up 22%. So we had 496 impressions today and 331 video views. So social media, again, is very, very crucial for this. Unfortunately, again, our YouTube live show doesn't get a lot of views, but our social media gets a lot of attention. So just make sure if digital producer or digital creator reaches out to you to get stuff in for social media, please do it, because it not only boosts up your stories, but it boosts up Grady Newsource as well. So, but thank you guys.
I don't have much to say, but everyone was great. Christian, I thought your motorcycle thing was creative. I was a little bit, about the idea, but it came out really good. So good job being bold with your ideas. But yeah, great job, everyone.
Anybody else wants to say something? Juliana, would you like to say something about the scary moment?
I just want to say thanks for letting me have crazy ideas this week. I feel like I was doing a lot and it was really stressful, but you guys were just really patient with me and let me work through like what I wanted to do and let me be creative, so thank you. Elizabeth, thanks for like pushing me to do the live shot because I wouldn't have done it. And I just appreciate you believing in me. So that's all. I'm grateful for this team. We have such an awesome class, like couldn't ask for it to be better.
Yep. And I couldn't ask for a better class. Yeah. Anybody else wants to? Noah?
I'll say a
You
word
can
of
do it.
advice. What helped me so much, I mean, I think all of us have at least been in studio with a mic on at this point, but not everybody's been at the anchor table. I had notes of the entire rundown and every script ever in front of me. And first thing I thought of, don't smile during sad stories. So I went through and went through the rundown, and I made a note of serious through as many of them were serious stories, and then
Yeah.
made a little note of happy, a little smiley face next to the ones that were happy. And then in my notes, one thing that helped so much, especially with today, because there's been some shows where everything has been exactly cut and clear, no changes. Today with Lizzie's story, kind of being all over the place with her losing service, adapting very quickly. Sarah's story had a, speaking of farmers, to start it, and as soon as that started, I pulled it to the side and struck through it and wrote let's. And I was like, if this doesn't happen, we didn't talk about farmers at all, so that's let's. And then the other thing is I was moving over script as we went along. Because I knew there was still a possibility for Lizzie's package to come in, instead of moving that one along, I set it to the side in case it came back. And then for a second, it was like, oh my God, it's going to come back. Because that is so far up in the teleprompter, there's no way they're going to get back to that for me to be able to read it. So wrote that. And then adapting. Like, I think there was one thing in Riley's lead that just didn't flow right the way I like talk. So I was like, all right, let me just write out what I want to say here instead. And that was kind of my plan. It was tell us about community fund's goals. And I changed it to the goals of the community fund just because it flowed better in my head. And I wrote that out because I knew it wasn't going to be in the teleprompter. And then with Jimmy Carter's thing, his birthday was yesterday. And the lead is 100 years ago, Georgia's very own. And I changed it to one day and 100 years ago, Georgia's very own and only president.
Nice.
But it never came up,
Yeah.
and it was there if I needed it. So the main thing, adapt, don't take yourself so serious, have fun, and have notes, because things change, and you have to change with them.
Great advice, great. And Keisha, I forgot to say, I saw very little of your sports, but it was very animated and cute because I was trying to get Lizzie's package, and I was in that little room, and so I will watch your sports. But what I saw, you were very cute and very animated, and I really liked the little snippet I saw. But we were scrambling to get Lizzie, so I was not able to watch. You were the only one I was not able to watch, unfortunately. But what I saw was very well done. Yeah, and you did the extra work to get the sound bite, I like the script and the way it came together. And I'll see the performance. I just saw a snippet, and it looked great. Yeah. Anybody else wants to say something, or should we go to Jackson County? Who's the spokesperson? Yeah, we all need to be on the same page with the solutions pieces so we know what we're doing. And again, I have a casting call for a producer who wants to produce that show. Think about it.
Do you kind of just want like an update, or do you want just like us to pitch it essentially to the whole class?
The whole class needs to hear
Okay.
your idea because, it will be a one cohesive show.
Mhm.
So each one of you needs to know what the other one is doing so that there's no overlapping or somehow it works together
Okay.
in a chaotic way. It's not going to be a perfect fit, and it shouldn't be because that's what life is.
Mhm. Okay, so for Jackson County is the 4th fastest growing county in the country. So ultimately, when we went out in the field and spoke to people, which getting on-camera interviews is really, really hard. I told Julian about that, like very, very hard. But people were giving us a lot of good, information. And because it's the 4th fastest growing county, there is there's growth everywhere in terms of like housing, new businesses coming in, schools are having to expand, et cetera, et cetera. But the thing that we kind of chose to hone down on is housing, because one of the concerns that people raised was that, and I've even noticed that when you drive into Jackson County, they're building, I mean, from my perspective, like these huge, beautiful mansions, but then that takes away then there's not affordable housing. And one of the concerns was that new first-time homeowners aren't going to be able to afford houses, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what we honed down on, and we reached out to someone from Habitat for Humanity for that's our solutions part of it. We reached out to a county commissioner who has some expertise in housing. We reached out to a UGA professor who specializes in housing development, especially within rural communities, because Jackson County is historically very rural, but now it's becoming a lot more developed, obviously. So that's where we're at right now, if you want to add to anything.
Yeah, I talked to some people with Habitat for Humanity today, and they recently finished a home. I believe it was a little under 2 weeks ago, and hopefully they're going to take us through the home, and we're going to talk to the family
Great.
And the project manager, so we had the professional opinion, but also the public opinion of somebody who had their house renovated by them. And we're also going to go to a few of the planning and commission meetings to kind of just see the community reaction and if anything comes up with housing, so we can be there to catch that.
Nice.
And yeah, I feel like we have a good plan. We also pulled data from the Census Bureau kind of about Jackson County's growth across the last decade. I believe it was a 45% increase in the population when I was crunching numbers.
You're kidding me.
No, yeah, it's insane. So
yeah, but people are really worried about school overcrowding. There's not enough infrastructure, roads, traffic. Yeah. And housing, it's a big election issue. It's nationwide, you know. We just have not built enough houses. That's why they're so expensive. And yeah, and very little affordable housing, which is what Habitat for Humanity does, President Carter's thing. Yeah. But will you be able to go to a house which actually is still being constructed, or is that house already built and people are living in it, or is it still under construction?
the family I was in contact with, the house is already built, but I talked to the person who built it, and I was asking about his schedule. He hasn't got back to me, but if there's something on the schedule, we'll definitely go film it.
Yeah, it'll be nice if you can go to also, this is wonderful, just to show the result. That's evidence of impact. But also to a house that is now being built, so that you show the volunteers and what it takes, you know, to create this house. I think that will be also add a lot of value to, in terms of B-roll and in terms of showing how the solution works. Yeah, that sounds great. Sounds great. And anything else you guys wanna add? And where are the rest of you? Yeah. No. If again? Monday and today?
Monday's gonna go pick him up for the clothes the next day. I don't know what today's doing right now.
Okay.
And she also had to go live with a county. I don't know.
Okay.
But
Okay. So anything else, guys? Do you feel confident, like you stay on top of the, I need an outline once you'll probably nail down things a little bit more. Just send me an outline. I don't expect a script, but an outline of just how you think things will look. And then I believe next week is Oconee County, and and Athens-Clarke County. Christian, are you the only one from Athens-Clarke County? Yeah. So my concern was, I mentioned about the solution, which I think is a very worthy, it has to be just one solution. So I'm not sure about the self-defense class, whether it works with gun violence, right? You can't defend yourself against a bullet, right? But the one with the other one, yeah. But I just wanted to play, devil's advocate and to ask you, is it diverse enough? And could it be a kind of stereotyping one particular group of people, because it's not, it just helps one particular group of people, as far as I understood.
as in like males?
Yeah, and black males, right?
No, just males.
Okay, I thought that's what I heard from Christian.
Saying that the person talking, the person said, one color. But that's
Not true.
not true, yeah.
So that was the diverse part, yeah. That's what I wanted to make sure that we had all bases covered and we were not singling out one particular group of people.
So, yeah, we were focusing on those because that is the highest.
Yeah, but as long as it's diverse, that's what I wanted to check with you.
Not just one demographic as far as ethnicity or race. It's
Okay.
just, but we were mainly focusing on males just because it's just a trend and a statistic of
Yeah. I agree. It's backed up by statistics.
It's backed up by statistics. That's
Yeah.
the only thing. But yeah, we got that covered up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really think it's a great program. I really. And how much access will you get to? Will you get access to an actual training, or somebody who has been who has graduated that program and has turned his life around? That would be a major evidence of success, like the house that has been built and people are working or are living in it. Then that could be something, because the solution story is about how the solution helps people, and you've got to have B-roll of all of this. You know, maybe the training or the counseling. That's what I'm thinking. I do feel confident enough you'll get access in time before the show.
Yeah, I feel like
that.
we will. We are.
Yeah.
We just, it's more of just getting a person to feel, you know, I'll say confident enough to talk to us.
Yeah.
Comfortable, yeah, I'll say comfortable enough to talk to us. But actually, like, getting the program itself, that won't be an issue. But, yeah, right now we're working on getting the person, which that's like the main thing. So
The beneficiary, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that will really make your story. And I'm thinking that somebody who actually has turned their life around, and that would be an easier and I think more impressive thing to show. But again, you would have to show how they did it, right? Go back to counseling and how they do it. If that is, access to that might be, you know, iffy. I don't know. But try to get as much access to shoot B-roll of the whole process as much as you can. But that'll be great to get a beneficiary who's turned their life around, yeah. And also look for limitations, and don't use the word limitations, just because people will clam up, or problems. But challenges, and you know, what would they like to do to take the program to the next level, or who isn't it helping? Who would they like to also help, or what did it take for them to achieve this? That's another way to ask. What did it take to make it this far? What were the struggles you had? And that'll get you to insights and limitations. Of course, we focus on the benefits as well, but we also have to get the limitations as well. Yeah, sounds like you've got something. I just wanted to make sure that it was diverse and
yeah,
we
it's
weren't
just that
singling
the
out.
lady, the person said that, but we wasn't focusing on that. But yeah, I don't know why, because she's just honing on that. But yeah, no, we're
Okay, good. As long as you guys are comfortable with it, and yeah. So again, really proud of you. Your Sojo work and everything, really, really, and the show. This was our best one so far. And you guys, you're in a row. How many again? How many posts? 13 posts, okay. You're on fire. You're on fire, all of you. All right, guys. Happy Friday on a Wednesday. I know this is your Friday.